Introduction. This learning module acquaints an orderly methodology with taking care of issues by utilizing a 6-venture measure. This methodology is utilized all through industry to tackle easy to complex issues. Exercises give the chances to this 6-venture measure in a genuine circumstance, just as MEMS measure issue. Critical thinking is a significant expertise to bring to any work that you have. It is an incredibly significant expertise for occupations in miniature innovation and other innovation and assembling enterprises. In assembling, some kind of issue is being settled the entire day. A few issues are little, however some are adequately enormous and genuine enough to require a group of representatives to handle the issue, investigate it, tackle it, fix it, and afterward ensure it stays fixed. As a representative in any assembling field, you are needed to tackle issues. At the point when the issue is adequately huge, you could be set in a critical thinking group. Regardless of whether you are working alone or with a group, your boss will expect you to think coherently and take care of the issue deliberately. Laying it all out there or accomplishing something since you have a hunch isn't satisfactory. What is your answer for getting your morning espresso? Okay, you may not drink espresso, yet on the off chance that you did, how might you respond? What is your answer for dealing with that cooler loaded with food? What was the interaction that you utilized in tackling these two issues? Did you initially decide the earnestness of the issue? For instance, did you pose inquiries like these? A. Would I be able to live without my espresso for a day? B. Will the food defrost in 24 hours on the off chance that I simply leave the entryway shut? Would I like to risk it? C. What is the worth of the entirety of the food in the cooler? Would I be able to stand to lose everything? Would you talk with another person to assist with tackling the issues? Would you settle on an activity plan and afterward execute it, speculatively, for every one of these issues? Do you think your activity plans would work, speculatively? Assuming this is the cycle that you followed, you just applied a deliberate way to deal with tackling an issue. It is something that a ton of us instinctually on day-by-day, individual issues. In industry, this equivalent framework is applied, however much of the time you are working with a group, and the issues you are addressing are greater and harder to settle. Sorts of problem that need to be solved on an individual level. I'm certain that you take care of issues constantly. Here are a couple of down-to-earth issues you might have needed to tackle as of late. You have a ton of work to do, and not sufficient opportunity to do it. Nonetheless, you figure out how to finish it all at any rate. All of your garments are filthy, however you actually discover something to wear. You were extremely low on cash last month, so you planned carefully to make what you have last to the following check. In industry, issues happen constantly, hence, critical thinking assignments are normal spot. Technicians decide the reason for hardware disappointment and kill the reason. Simultaneously, they fix any issues made when the gear fizzled. When the item being fabricated is damaged, professionals, administrators, and specialists cooperate to discover the reason for the imperfections and afterward keep them from happening once more. Computer professionals distinguish and write issues with their clients' PCs. Mechanical constructing agents work with administrators and specialists to discover approaches to gather the item quicker and all the more proficiently. In these critical thinking errands, individuals utilize an assortment of devices to get the issue addressed. Bosses need the entirety of their representatives to have these devices and skill to utilize them. Bosses likewise need new representatives to bring abilities, for example, critical thinking, cooperation, and correspondence with them when they get recruited. In this manner, your odds of getting recruited and being fruitful in an assembling field improve by fostering these abilities now. That is the thing that this learning module will assist you with doing.